Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, the GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that are making this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. It's $5 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, we were worried about Rune, so we went to go check on him, and he is tripping. We're not past the first minute yet, so tripping hard. And yeah, he took magic mushrooms, and we're just chilling with him, feeding him blueberries and having him listen to his hippie music. And also we're him sometimes, you know, in his mind, being in another universe where the ants are coming to get him or something like that. But enough about that. Let's continue with more of it. There's that face. And continue. Flames flicker when I open my eyes. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire! Rune? Is everything alright? I see dark, but his fur is a sea, undulating, and I sink into it. And it's plain like it's a forest. Tall trees blending in the wind, branches like waves. By the way, he did do magic mushrooms because he was told it would kind of resets him. So yeah, stress. Also, flash warning, I guess, because, you know, all these quickly changing images. I'm in the forest, primal and welcoming. I'm in the forest, traveling. I'm in the forest to find myself. This is where I should be. Echoes of echoes, echoes of echoes of echoes. Plans within plans within plans. They come to me, surface in my mind, but I can't grasp them. There were meanings there once, but now they're gone, and everything is just an echo of itself. Everything is reduced to symbols. Who am I? I'm a kid, running through the forest, with a taste of apple on my tongue. Not blueberries? I'm curious. I'm bright-eyed. I'm all around. And this joy, it flows through me, and it permeates the air. Branches bend under my fingers, and then join. And then, I am the tree. I am the frozen earth in which it grows. And I am the mycelium that grows around at the roots, sleeping. And I am the beetles, and the ants, acorns and mud, and everything is alive, and I am everything. Is it me? I gather all that I am, and count the parts, naming them one by one. I am my body, I am my dreams, and I am my wants. I am my past, I am my achievements and in my works. I am the voice in my head, I am that which absorbs. I am which exists. I am a singular core. What do I want? I want everything. I want to be admired. I want to be someone. I want my life to count. Again, flash warning. The questions lead nowhere. They're a loop. I can't see the way out. My answers fall out of my grasp. I can't hold anything. I fall into worlds of self-doubt. A lifetime of being one person. How can I be content with that when there's a multitude of me, unrealized? Rune is a basketball player. Rune is a scientist. Rune is a painter. Rune is a guitar player. Rune is a touring musician. Rune is a music producer. Rune is a poet. Rune is a historian. Rune is a traveler. Rune is a radio host. Rune the writer. The forest of limbs and feelings. I'm made of contradictions. Who am I doing this for? Do I want to be someone for myself, or do you want to be someone in others' eyes? How do I know if I set the goal somewhere and followed it by blindly forgetting the reasons? It do be like that. And the doubt takes roots. It plants itself into my heart and travels through my veins like poison. Can I ever be enough? Do I deserve anything? What has led me here? The question is overwhelming, a problem to solve. A giant plane opened up inside me. I sink into it. It's a space I inhabit, and it's all I am in the moment. A search for the answer inside. What has led me here? I've taken shrooms. Why? I'm not sure why anymore. The answer eludes me, but I need to know. My thoughts loop. I'm stuck in a cage, and I can't get out of it. I remember I wanted to try them. Yes, I was always curious. So many musicians I liked took psychedelics. The whole era is associated with them. I wanted to try that too. I wanted to be a part. I want to see what they've seen. There's more, but it slips out of my grasp. I dive after it, sailing across folding thoughts, metallic folded plates that shine like rainbow's light. I sail across folding thoughts, and they shine. And in the shine, I am lost. I was not ready for this. I was not ready for this. But could I ever be? There was more. When I was buying them, the cat said they were like a reset button, and it stuck with me. I wanted to reset. I think I don't like my life. It do be like that. I feel like the world is ending, and I've done nothing but work yet. I'm disappearing. And if I die now, what would my life be? Only struggle to get things done, and this desperate search for any meaning. I don't like what I've become. I never got what I wanted. Even when I tried my hardest, even when I focused on helping others, I never felt any satisfaction. I see it clear now. I wasn't doing anything for others. I always sought validation and admiration. But no amount of it is ever enough. I'm a vain person. Others are mirrors for me to admire myself in. I am an empty shell, a black hole. Black. It's like a drop of ink spreading from the center, turning all the thoughts pitch black. Black. I am a void, drowning in black tar. I sit on the shore and I cry, and my tears are black too. Black. How do I process this emotion, this overwhelming bleakness, too great to grasp? All the hope that has ever been this world, all of it is gone, as if someone unplugged the drain. I can't even look around for a way out. This is my life. Before I can get up, before I can move forward, I lament my downfall. What have I done wrong? How did I get here, to this point? Why did I let my life become this? Because if this is my life, if this is all there is, what's the point of going on? It do be like that sometimes. I cling to the trees for comfort. I'm just a lost kid. How am I supposed to deal with this? I was not ready for this. I was not ready for this. Black. Black all around. Dark? Help. What do you need? What do I need? I long for days long and simple. I long for summer nights spent sitting before a record player, laughing. I long for campfires and cuddles. It do be like that. I long for rests, and I long for having no worries. I long for you next to me without expectations or shame. I want to know that we have all the time we want, and that we're safe in this world. Who am I? I have no age. Everything that has existed forever. I am bones wrapped in a sack of meat. I am voice speaking inside that observes itself. Your rune. Language dissolves. I push deeper, and there are no words to describe what I see. The shapes move in geometric patterns. Metallic panels unfold, and a glowing symbol on each. They speak to me, things I can't understand. I'm standing at the edge of this world, and if I go further, I don't know how I will find my way back. I can't avert my eyes. No, this isn't right. I don't see with my eyes. This is beyond the world I know, but this is real. This is more real than anything I've seen before. I sink deeper. I remember this place. I've been here before. This is my childhood friend's room. I haven't thought about him in ages. I forgot he even existed. But this is just a moment ago. I sat on the sofa, and he sat on the desk playing the game. A song is playing, Weather, by Rose Floyd. Anyways, he quite liked him, I remember. Building blocks are all across the floor. This is a space of comfort. This is a retreat. The warm flame inside me. What a joy to be here again. His mother will bring us food in a moment. Maybe something Italian. Spaghetti with rocket and sun-dried tomatoes that I like so much. I wonder what rocket is. Eons have passed since the last time I've ate something. I forgot food exists even. I don't feel any hunger. The then I and the now I join. The time is flat. Everything happens at once. Everything is as simple as things should be. I'm in my friend's room. I'm 10 years old and carefree. I forgot how it felt, this warmth, this comfort, this feeling of safety, of the endless days, the infinity stretching out in front of me. This is important. This is something to remember. The taste of tomato soup. The feel of wooden panels under my paws. Dust in the air, glimmering. Sunlight filtering through the leaves of polyhedron, shimmering patterns appearing on the floor. Devouring new books, finding new music, exploring, learning, the comfort of a friend's companionship. It's gotten bigger. Everything else has just become smaller. But now, everything vibrates with significance. I finally feel that again. And I'll lament it too. I'll lament our loss. How we shut ourselves from the world we live in. How we separate ourselves. How we stop paying attention. How we grow comfortable into this life, and the wonders stop being wonders, and the clouds stop taking shapes of vast battles and animals. The seas are no longer brimming with pirate ships and undiscovered lands, and the garden is just the garden and nothing else. This is important. This is something to remember. The taste of tomato soup, the feel of wooden panels under my paws, dust in the air, glimmering, sunlight filtering through the leaves of a polyhedron shimmering patterns appearing on the floor, devouring new books, finding new music, exploring, learning, the comfort of a friend's companionship. That all never goes away. It's still here for us. It's us who shared ourselves from it. This is Epiphany, a fully formed revelation that hits me all at once, like sunlight flooding the room through a sudden gap in the clouds. As if someone else's voice was speaking through me, I open my mouth and start reciting. There's a place you can visit, where your dreams are colors, when it's all too much, and you're drowned in noise. My eyes are glowing. They are blue, bright, and I can feel the glow. There are glowing points all over my body. I don't want to ever stop glowing. The days are slow. The days are finite. The days are many. I have many days. There is time for everything. I don't have to hurry. There is only calm here. Calm beyond description, beyond words, beyond understanding. It permeates everything. I bathe in it and thrive. Am I dying? What is happening to me? Where was I? Lifetimes ago. In a forest where I left myself behind. Who am I? I am an animal. My voice is that of an animal. I look for myself, but I can't remember how I look. I am symbols, I am strands of loose endings, neurons firing a blind light. I am neurons firing a blinding light. I am a blinding light. A lifetime is a nightmare of my own choice, or my lifetime. The realization comes in an instant, in a flash overwhelming. The blocks connect, and shapes bend, and everything is light, blinding light. I don't have to be anything. I was empty and devoid of meaning. I thought I had to be someone, achieve something. Then the meaning would surely come, and I wouldn't feel empty. I thought I had to work to justify my existence. Ahead. My work, working myself to the bone to be someone, to mean anything. I don't need a meaning. This existence is bliss. The trees are bliss. The sun is bliss. The moon is bliss. World is not against me. The world is different. This life isn't a competition. I don't have to fight with anyone, and there's nothing I have to do. I was asking myself, what is my purpose? What is the meaning of life? But it's not the right question. The right question is, why are we here? And the answer is, to experience this world. Yet I shut myself behind closed doors, away from others. Why should I seek anyone's validation? What do I get from working so hard? I have no time to take care of myself. Why am I doing this at the cost of spending time with others? This is not what life is about. Life is about kindness, but for kindness' sake. Life is about community and not hierarchy. The meaning comes from life, living good life, a life of wholesomeness and unity. I don't have to be anything other than me. I exist, and this is enough. The lightness and this light. This is weightlessness. I am free. In this vastness, the ocean of life, I am free. Everything is eternal, and I exist here. What more could I ever need? I want to scream across time, across all planes. I want to scream to myself. I need to scream the words of happiness. I need to tell myself what I know now. I don't have to be anything. If I can show this to myself, then I'm saved. I need to remember. I need to remember this. I need to remember. I exist forever, suspended here between the morphing shapes, bathed in the light that isn't from this world. I am somewhere, but this world doesn't have 3 dimensions. I'm somewhere, but this world isn't mine. Everything is alien, or maybe I am alien here. The world isn't mine, but I'm pulling me in. It wants to show me more. The I speaking is me. The I observing is distinct. It is not me, because I can feel it. I can grasp its shape, because it sees me. We entangle, and now we're separate. Interlocking parts. Something unfolds further. Echoes of echoes of echoes of echoes across all the dimensions. I'm close to the core, and then it opens before me. Who am I? I glow. A mirror, an observer, an ember, disappearing. What is that touches me? What is it? It speaks. the light spilling out, and then there is no more me. It speaks, light spilling out, and then there's no more me. Oops, I might have accidentally pressed back. Good thing I'm not watching this with the lights out, or else it'll just be blinding. It will. Just want to make sure there isn't anything I'm supposed to click somewhere. Okay. That's decent thumbnails. I long for days, long and simple. A long summer nights, spent sitting before a record player, laughing. I long for campfires and cuddles. I long for rest, and I long for having no worries. I long for you next to me, without expectations or shame. I want to know what we have, that we have all the time we want, and that we are safe in this world. I have all of that here with me. Everything I need, I had with me all along. Who am I? There comes no answer. I'm blank, and wiped broad. I'm a spark, swimming in darkness. I feel the edges of my body, but I don't recognize it. Everything feels strange and unfamiliar. This life, this body, I'm bound to inhabit, feels unfamiliar. This was the peak. I lay down, and a vertical beam of light hit me with all the might of the heavens. I was touched, and I ascended, but now I'm washed back to the shore, and it's straight, starry night above, cold wind blowing on my face. Decades have passed since I last opened my eyes. The ground is hard and stable. This is my world. Rune? Are you waking up? I think so. So, how was your first mushroom trick, man? Rune props himself up on his arms, sitting up on the hard wooden panels. He looks confused, but mostly very tired. What happened? What? Oops, sorry. It is a yawn. What do you remember? I'm not sure. Well, you took mushrooms. We stayed in the room for a while, until you decided you wanted to go out. You put on a jacket, and you walked out into the forest for a while. But it was super cold, so I brought you back, shivering. You took off your jacket, and lay down on the floor, and dozed off. And now you're back. I hope for the light of recognition to flicker in his eyes, but there's nothing. His eyes are bleak and foggy, as if he barely understood my words. Do you need help getting up? No, I'm fine. Ring gets up from the floor, wiping his paws on his trousers, a deep ridge between his furrowed brows. He looks around the room, looking completely lost. I think I need to sit down again. And so he does, this time on the edge of the bed. I sit down next to him, concerned. Is he fully back? I remember reading that coming down from psychedelics takes a while. Putting a paw on his shoulder, I look into his eyes. Hey, everything okay? Are you still tripping? I just need a minute. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm here if you need to talk. He stays silent for a moment, hooves rubbing against the flooring. Then he leans on me, almost knocking me over, and then his head on my shoulder, antlers alarmingly close to my face. He starts crying. It's not violent sobbing, or quiet weeping. No, forehead rests on my shoulder. His tears flow, as all of his emotions are spent already, and now only water was left, floodgates open. I pet his tired head, fingers brushing into soft hair. I hold him close and let him cry for as long as he needs, saying nothing. The tears stop quickly, and then he just leans on me with his eyes closed, breathing deeply. Minutes pass by. I cling to them, like the deer clings to me. Dark? I thought psychedelics were supposed to be like recreational drugs, fun and all. They weren't? What do you think? Fair point. Are you okay? Yes, I think so. He inhales deeply again, before he composed himself, wiping tears away from his cheeks. I'm sorry. I know it was a lot. It was definitely unexpected. How are you feeling now? Tired, like you've just taken 10 exams in a row. Oh, come on, exams are fun, right? That's, graduate school me talking. I have a lot to think about. I don't think I've ever been this overwhelmed before in my life. Thank you for taking care of me. I don't even want to know how it would have gone if you weren't here. Well, I know a different route. You looked panicked and run into the woods, and hopefully you didn't die. Ah, I feel a terrible headache coming on. Do you need some painkillers? No, I hope it passes by itself. How are you feeling, Dark? I have to make it up to you somehow. You are here for me, with me for... What time is it actually? Almost 2100. So about 3 hours? I don't know, to be honest. Time still seems to be a bit of a foreign concept. Not really applicable to this whole thing. I'd say I understand, because I had a whole summer of doing that. But I don't think I do. And you don't need to make up for anything. I didn't have any plans. I was just scared something could happen to you. You seem to be having a good time for most of it. So I need to stretch and yawn and crack my bones. But there were scary moments when you were falling silent and staring at the wall, unresponsive. That's normal. Especially if you're a cat. And I didn't know what would even happen. I started reading about shrooms while you were out. But that at the beginning, I didn't know what to expect. I hope you had a good trip, though. Well, it was very much not what I had imagined, to be honest. I don't really know what happened or what I saw, and certainly I couldn't put it into words. I mostly have a lot to think about, but I feel too tired to think. I hope you didn't die of boredom in the meantime. Nah, not at all. We listened to music. You enjoyed that a lot. You laughed out loud a few times even. You said the music was tickling you, and that the shapes are funny, or just laughed at random things. It was kind of fun, staying with him here, at least with the moments when I wasn't scared for him. So, what now? Want to rest some more? I think I'd like to go for a walk, see the sky. I have my jacket here. We can go right away. You'd like to go too? Leaving you alone right now doesn't seem like a good idea, to be honest. And I'd like to go, yeah. Fair. The wind howls between the trees, hostile and harsh. Here's the thing. We should keep going, because this is probably going to be the end of Rune's route. I don't know how long it's going to be, but also it's like, depending on how I do things, this might be the last video of Dawn Chorus for a hot minute. Because there's no more content after Runes is finished, as far as I know. And either A, I could do the thing where I keep on pushing the goalpost along and I don't get to the next one, or I could move on to the next one and then come back to this one, which might be the better idea. I don't know. It depends. Let's keep going. And also let's reset our face. Still, Rune walks forward with slow and heavy steps, snout up, gazing at the tree crowns. Wonder shines through his eyes, and he hasn't ceased for a moment since we left the guest house. Dark? You know, it's so good to be alive. He seems somehow smaller than usual against the backdrop of tall trees towering above him, eyes open wide, as if to soak in their essence. His voice is quieter, too, as if disappearing in the darkness of the forest. Like, I can never explain in words just how good. Everything feels so fresh. I wish I could feel the same feeling. He smiles, finally, a warm, timid smile that reaches his eyes. Looking at the joy plain to see on his face, I quite wish I could feel it indeed. It's incredible, the difference between him now and him just a few hours ago. I didn't think I'd see him happy for the rest of the camp, but here he is, smiling at the nature around him, as if it was all he needed to be happy. There's a certain warmth to his smile that wasn't there before, something honest and almost childlike with its transparency. Something wrong? No, I don't think so. Are you sure? You seem distant. And I don't mean silent, I mean rather like there's something eating you. I sigh. Is there something indeed? Maybe. I wasn't thinking of it actively, but there was a thought sleeping dormant in the back of my mind. Nothing big, but perhaps something I should tell him if it's eating me. I step towards Rune. He steps towards me. And there's the dark doubt again. The silence hangs between us, like thick tar, blue, like the shadows in the forest cast by the trees. This blue is the color of my guilt. It's the color of tears spilled, and the wrongs that bites at the maw of the forest, feeding on me. I don't yield to it, though. I hold it at bay. I need to understand it, but I have to control it, or it could swallow me alive. It's a feeling. It's a pointer, and not the objective truth. I see now that I didn't see what I didn't see before. If I accept it, if I let it take over me, it'll be who I am. No, I need a change. He stepped towards me. Are the shrooms still working? Is this a contact eye? I feel heavy, exhaustion catching up to me once again. Dark. I feel like I used him. Did I really care about him, or only wanted a mirror to see myself in? Someone to give me comfort. A transgression against decency. Was I always acting like this? Was I never a real friend to anyone? I can't do that again. I have to change. He steps towards me. The pureness in his eyes is what drew me to him first. He's not fixated on himself. He doesn't seem to want anything other than my company. He is what I'm not. He has what I lack. I'm happy that I'm sharing this moment with him. Truly, as equal partners, as two friends. Damn! In the friend zone. I'm here with him, not in my world. We're in this forest, fresh and so full of life that I want to laugh from the happiness spreading to my very fingertips. He steps towards me. I'm glad to see you're happy, and you have no idea how much of a relief it is that you're okay after everything that's happened today. But even if I sat next to you, it was something you went on alone. I kinda wish you didn't throw me out and told me that what you're planning on. I didn't know if I'd like to take anything too. Probably not. I just kind of felt kind of not included, even as I sat there with you. Oh, you're sad that your maybe husband didn't let you have some of his shrooms? I should have. I didn't think about anyone else but myself in that moment. I didn't want anyone to see me angry or vulnerable. I didn't think I should talk to anyone at all. But I see how stupid it was. I'm sorry, Dark. I'll be a better friend. I promise. I stepped towards Rune, and the rest of my forehead is on his chest with a sigh. You mean just friends? I'm just glad you're okay. I want to go back slowly. No, wait, want to go back slowly? It's really cold. His arms wrap around me and pull me into a tight embrace. The stag almost lifted me off the ground. I'm really happy that you're here with me. I'm repeating myself a lot today, but thank you again. I have a lot to learn. Only now I see it. And now, let's go back. We turn around, retracing our steps, but it looks like we've strayed far from the guest house. I can't see the lights through the dense branches. I walk close to the room, bumping against him softly every few steps. He doesn't seem to mind though, his head still lifted up. So, how was it? What'd you see? I'm curious about all this, of course. I thought he wouldn't stop talking about what he saw, but instead, he's much quieter than usual. Maybe he's just tired, or maybe he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know. I won't press if he doesn't want to talk, but maybe he only needs a little nudge. Well, I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't translate well in the language. I wasn't even thinking in language during parts of the trip, or rather the language was turning into sounds, shapes, and colors. What I saw was tunnels filled with patterns that pulled me in. They were getting more and more intense until they morphed into a multi-dimensional worlds of metallic panels, all in constant flux. But a description like that doesn't do it any justice. I could try and try, but I still wouldn't be able to even approach how it felt. It was just too different from anything I knew. At the same time, some parts felt very familiar, like I was getting ultra-realistic flashbacks from my childhood. It wasn't like remembering some scenes, it was like being there and being 12 again. I don't feel like I am fully back yet, and I feel younger by like 5 years at least. And, well, it's nice feeling obviously, though I felt a bit lost in all this. Like, I've seen things. Stuff I don't understand, that I shouldn't, and that shouldn't exist. I hope I'm not freaking you out, but, well, it's freaking me out, just a bit. I think this is the most intense thing that has ever happened to me in my life. I think it does freak me out a tad. What memories did you see? Nice ones. I remembered playing with my childhood friend, and I remember chopping wood with my father. That sounds nice. Do you still have a good connection? With my friend? No. With my father, I don't think we ever had. Let's say my parents have a bit too much authoritarian ideas for what a parent-child relationship should look like. I'm glad to have him at a safe distance. Still, we're not in a conflict or anything, and I could count on the help if I need it. We just don't get along very well. But the memory was positive, overwhelmingly even. I looked around when we were in the forest, and it was the forest at the outskirts of Onslow. And my father used to take me out for walks. It wasn't just a recollection. I was there with him again. Well, it's weird stuff. Sounds intense, but it doesn't sound unpleasant. Most of it wasn't. I think I was a bit too out of it to really enjoy it, though. Hard to enjoy even nice scenes when you have no idea what's going on. We both fall silent. Rune looks up at the sky, away from me, as if afraid he said too much. Silly dear. I'm just glad he's okay. Stuffing my cold paws in my pockets, I bump into his side once again, this time on purpose. I'm glad you're back. The guest house is brightly lit, glowing in the dark night, with a promise of warmth. We make our way back to the terrace quickly, both already shivering. Thanks for the walk. It was nice to have company. Huh. Is that Devin in the cafeteria? What is he doing? I glance at the cafeteria windows. Indeed, the panther's standing in the back, with his laptop in his paw. Oh right, 'cause he's talking with his ex, I think? I could go back to the cafeteria and say hello. He was worried about you. Maybe it would be good to show yourself before the end of the day. Worried? Why would he be? But let's go then. At least say goodnight. Rune. Devin turns to us as soon as we open the door, putting the laptop back on the table. There you are. I was starting to get worried. Why worried? You weren't replying to any messages. I couldn't find you in your room. And I didn't know how you'd react to the news. What news? About the student exchange? Ah! The exchange program. The deer slumps. Did he forget about it? With how out of it he was, it's possible, but I think he would have remembered about it, with how big of a deal it was for him. Right, well, it did hurt, but I can't let it bring me down. It already happened. I need to slow down and take a rest first. Things just weren't going right for me lately. I'm starting to think that maybe it's burnout. Good thing you notice it for yourself now. That's the first step in dealing with it. Devin looks at me, and our eyes meet for a moment. Looking over at the computer, he furrows his brow slightly. Hey Rune, you weren't at the film, right? It was about to dismantle the projector, but it's still a reasonable hour. Maybe you want to watch something? I have a few films from our list downloaded. I could choose something short, if they haven't seen yet. Huh. What is Devin doing? That was pretty out of nowhere. I have no idea what could be the reasoning behind it. Rune glances at me, asking me silently for opinion. I definitely don't mind another hour spent together, though, so I nod enthusiastically. Well, something short and undemanding, maybe. I'd like some rest, but I don't feel sleepy at all. To be honest, I don't know how I'll be able to fall asleep today. Have you seen The Deer Who Ran? It's just an hour long. Should be fine. I've heard very good things about that director. Hong Sang-moo, right? Precisely. Good memory. Dark? Oh, I'm fine with it, whatever. I haven't heard of them. I don't watch films often, but I'm not too picky. Great. I was curious about this one. By the way, what film did you watch? Whiplash. I regret showing it, though. I heard it was a good university film, but I felt that the ultimate message was very wrong. I won't spoil it for you, if you haven't seen it, but the thesis was basically that working yourself to the bone and sacrificing your mental health is the path to achieving greatness. It also indirectly advocated for professionals emotionally abusing students. I think that's even worse. Is that Black Swan? What was the title again? Oh, I don't know. I think I need to have a talk with the person who recommended it to me, especially considering that he was also a professor. Devin goes away, not wasting any more time to start the film. You make yourselves comfortable on the heap of blankets in the middle of the floor, while Devin hops on the table ahead of us. As the opening credit starts, the panther turns around and winks at me. I blink twice, confused, before the gears in my head move, and it finally clicks. Is Devin trying to bring us together? Maybe he somehow picked up on me having a crush on Rune? A wave of cold sweat runs down my back. I glance at Rune, but he's already focused on the film completely and notices nothing. If that's the case, I don't know what else the wink could have meant. I'll have to thank the panther later. Then Devin turns around again, and no one watches us anymore. The quiet music fills the room, coating the wooden walls like honey, as the film opens with a shot of a garden slowly zooming in. Understated and unassuming, it has a certain lightness and maybe even playfulness that I'm immediately attracted to. It's nice watching a film here, just the three of us. I want to lean on Rune, but I don't know if I can. Maybe not now. Maybe in the middle of the film? My mind starts coming up with sweet scenarios with the two of us, of Rune's paw holding mine, or more. But I rein them in. It's way too soon after the trip. I bet he's still confused. I don't want to take advantage. But maybe if he'd initiate something. My intentions divided between the film, him, and the events unfolded barely just hours ago in his room. His scared face, erratic movements, and panic in his voice. And now, his absolute calmness and the smile he had the whole time in the forest. Destruction, rebirth, a forest fire, cleansing the earth, a few steps back, to finally start moving forward. The moon is bright today, shining through the clouds. It still seems to flicker, though not as strongly as when Rune was in the room. Why wouldn't it, though? When? I wasn't. Yeah. I have to ask someone who knows more about astronomy. Maybe Lake or that professor who led the stargazing class the first day. I would bet on heated air floating upwards. They'd produce enough heat outside this weather, though. Now Rune glances at Devon. He makes sure that he can see us and leans on me with a quiet sigh. The air exhales, tickling at my cheek. It isn't a kiss, but it feels precious and intimate too. I raise my paw to rub the side of his snout fondly, and he in turn wraps an arm around me. The match is on fire. I hold the matchbox in my paw as it heats up, burning my fingers. Wings unwound, water flowing, 3 eyes, one open. There's no hiding. I'm inside the sun, burning up. I die one death and come back. The forest is ablaze. The woods burn down, but the fire rages on. Your paws on my cheek, wiping away a straight tear. I lick it off, salty and bitter. The flames reach out to the sky, embers twinkling with the stars. The last tree falls, and then it's over. He clings to you, heavy, collapsing into himself. He rebuilds himself anew. He's sturdy, and you know it well. But now he needs time. And now he needs friends. When everything collapses, he needs someone to rely on. No one's always strong, even if the deer would rather think otherwise. He has to learn to be weak too. Now his head's on your shoulder, and your paw is on his ear, scratching fondly. And when you glance at him, his eyes are closed. It doesn't matter that you're watching, as long as you're doing it together. After a fire comes the silence. After silence, new fire sprouts. Now, let the deer rest. As you lean your head against his and close your eyes too, your breaths mingle and heartbeats slow down. And when you let your tired arm fall down from his snout, his paw finally finds yours. And that's it. We're all out of content for this. I mean, we were all out of content before, but yeah, I probably need to give some time to let these guys get more stuff before I jump around several days again. I'm already a patron. Stop patronizing me. What would be the correct term for that? If you patronize someone, or if you're someone's patron, is it just someone's patron? Formidable patrons. I swear I can read. Well, that's going to be the end of this thing. Though I also just kind of want to quickly scroll over here in the gallery. Okay, it's just feeding blueberries, his face there, and him on the bench there. Probably one of my favorite ones, which is both scary, but also... I mean... Actually, what was the thing? Let's just make sure. There could be a winner there. Is this picture where it's like he's just a resident sad boy. Or they, them. But also this picture here, which is a little scary, but also cute. I mean, he does have big fangs, and he does have a smile that... And it's just like... Hi. but he also just looks so nice. Is there any other pictures? I mean, there's lots of pictures that I like, but still, it's like, those are some of my favorites. That was the one where he's sucking his duck. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see everybody's things. Oh yeah, and then they changed this one. I misruined the picture there. But it do be like that sometimes. I guess. Did they change this one? Nope, still the same with this Willy out. Let's see. So yeah, recapping, it's him trying to do everything but then kind of hacking his life. Devin with his, like, ex back in, like, the States. Bjorn with, you know, trying to do his thing, but, you know, not sure whether or not he can be a rider. Biko, you know, their main thing is whether or not they'll be friends again or maybe a relationship, but then, you know, things went bad in Miko's route, like being a they, them, and breaking it off with Toruf. Jorgen, it was weird. The main problem I thought was him trying to tell their parents that they're not a girl, but then also Klaus just kind of came out of nowhere. That was a weird thing. Like, I wonder if that's gonna be a big thing or if that's just gonna be like, I don't know, a side thing. And then Toruf was his thing where it's like, oh, we didn't like how they treated Lake, but also Toruf's being a dick, and Toruf is going, hey, we're not in a relationship or something like that, it's just sex. Was that what the thing, or am I mixing that up with Kyrex from Sileo? And then Klaus, who was just being weird with his stuff. It is kind of weird that they interacted with each other like that, but I guess Lake and Toruf did too. So anyways, end of this Let's Play. So please comment, cause like, comment, say what you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise, if you like my YouTube and links to grow. And please like, subscribe, and check out the rest of the girl. And please remember to spay near your animals, help control the pet population. And I'm not saying this 100%, but I'm thinking that next week we're going to be doing one that might come soon. What was that called again? It's kind of funny. It's like, okay, I don't know. But, oh yeah, I guess it's in Quick Looked. But right now on my list, which is subject to change, the next one for this, thing will be this. About a dog who is in the ripe old age of 23 or 25 or something like that. Though I'm like a decade older. And he's fighting crime. It's been a hot minute since I've done this game. At least a quick look of it. But again, subject to change, we have to see. Anyways, until next time, another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix. Or maybe this game. I have to see. Thanks, see ya.